So is the new Toyota Tacoma really just a mini Tundra? We have a unique opportunity today. I've got, of course, my new Toyota Tacoma here. It is the Sport, as compared to the Toyota Tundra SR5. Now, right off the bat, the first thing that I notice, and they're not exactly the same. I mean, if you look at the two, for instance, the grille work. The grille on mine is much less pronounced. I mean, take a look at the front. Obviously, there are some similarities in the lighting in the front, but the grille itself, of course, is different. We have a much more massive grille on the front of the Tundra. The lights down below, yeah, they're fairly similar, I would guess. A little bit smaller on the Toyota Tacoma than what we've got on the Tundra, but similar in design. Now, the biggest thing that I notice, and keep in mind, mine does have the scoop in it, but the hood is practically identical, albeit smaller. If you were to remove this hood scoop area, you've got the same kind of lines and design in the hood as what we have on the Toyota Tundra. Although again, the Tundra obviously is bigger, so it's a bigger format or footprint, if you will, but much the same, I think. Now, the next thing that I notice, of course, is the door handles, or are the door handles. These big chunky handles are new to the Toyota Tacoma, not so new to the Tundra, but they are very similar. I would argue that they might be identical in footprint and design. These, of course, are just a black, non-color matching version, but nonetheless the same. Now, the next thing that I notice is the big gas cap. We have this big gas door, I guess, or filler door here, which I think, again, is probably identical. Let's see. No, not quite. There is a little bit different design in it. We have this indentation back here in the rear, slanting right down here to match the line. We don't have that on the new Tacoma, but in looking at it, at least not in the same place. I guess we do have it down here, but it's in a different position. Size-wise, I think they're almost identical size-wise. Another similarity I notice are the taillights. If you look at the taillights on the Tacoma as compared to the Tundra, they are virtually identical in design. Obviously, the ones on the Tacoma are smaller, but really the same kind of design almost is what we have on the Tundra. A little bit different look as far as the styling of them, but the general form of them is pretty much the same. Now, on the tailgate, let's take a look at that. Here's a good look at the tailgate on the Tundra. If we compare that to the tailgate on the Tacoma, again, very similar, just a smaller, miniaturized size, if you will. Obviously, it's narrower than what we have in the Tundra here, but pretty close as far as design goes. Next up, I want to talk about the fender flares, the wheel arches, if you will. The new Tacoma is more of a square kind of look to it. They go up, across, and down, whereas on the Tundra, they're more rounded in form. Still kind of have that squarish look to them, but much more rounded on the Tundra than what we have on the Tacoma. Of course, the exhaust down there, same setup. We do have composite plastic beds in both. This is the composite bed without the spray-in liner. So there's a good look at the liner. And this truck is used as a work truck. So you can kind of get an idea of how this is wearing, right? You've got some chips across here. Obviously some scuffing and used look on the inside of the truck. If we compare that to mine, which is brand new and frankly is not used as a work truck, but it would wear the same. You know, if you were running anything across this lip at the top of the tailgate, it would be a little torn up like it is in the Tundra back there. And then we have the composite plastic bed, but mine has the spray-in bed liner. Another thing I want to check real quick, mine says Tacoma across the front. I wonder if the Tundra does. I don't remember if it does or not. Let's take a look and see. And the answer to that is no. It does not say Tundra across the front. Of course, we have Tundra right across the top part of the tailgate. And in the new Tacoma, let's take a look. We have that as well. So they carry that same kind of theme in naming or branding the truck in the top of the tailgate area. Now, a big difference is the roof, or the treatment of the roof. You notice we have the kind of spoiler, baseball cap, whatever you want to call it, area right back here in the back. For some reason, and I don't know exactly why, maybe they thought it'd be a better look, we kind of have this spoiler back here. On the new Tundra, and this is the redesigned Tundra, of course, we don't have that. It flows much better right off the end. And another thing I want to point out, look how they treated the window back here. You see how we have this nice trim around the window? Looks like it fits in there well. If we go up here and we look at the Tacoma, and I think this is a big failing with the new Tacoma, it's like they just slapped a piece of glass in there. Like they forgot to finish around the edges. I don't know why they decided to do it this way. It looks like a very unfinished look to me. Maybe it's because they can interchange the windows with the sliding window that can come in the Tacoma. It's an option. I don't know if that's why or not really, but just looks kind of funny in there, like they kind of didn't finish it. Now, another thing I wanted to take a quick look at is the tie downs in here. We have, and of course I went aftermarket. You can see the red tie down in the front, and then here in the back we still have tie downs here. Now, in the Tundra rather, I believe it's about the same, except of course we have the older style screen door pulls you can see up there in the front, and then he does have a couple more back here in the back. I don't have those. And then in the bottom, we don't have any tie downs, and I guess that's probably why they have these over here. We don't have them down here in the bed area. Another little difference, I guess, between the two trucks. Lastly, I wanted to take a look at the mirrors, I guess, because obviously they're quite big on the Tundra. You can see these massive mirrors. Here's my hand, here's the mirror. These might actually be some sort of trailer mirror, I'm not sure, because they do look like they stand out a heck of a lot as compared to what I have on the Tacoma here. These are obviously going to be smaller. I mean, my hand pretty much covers the whole mirror, at least the width of it, and a different design. Now, I've got paint matched, of course. Those are the black mirrors, but the whole design is different. So, do they really look all that much alike? Well, you be the judge. Obviously, being made by the same manufacturer, there are going to be similarities, you know, economies of scale, right? I mean, you're going to have a lot of the same stuff, at least in idea, shared between the two trucks. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And honestly, I think the Tacoma kind of wears the Tundra design, if you will, a little bit better. I think it looks good. And there's nothing wrong with the look of the Tundra. I think it's a good looking truck too. I just like the, I guess, design features that are shared between the two more on the new Toyota Tacoma. Anyway, we just had an opportunity. Someone is here with the white Tacoma or Tundra there, and they're lined up right beside each other. So it's a perfect opportunity to take a look. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Are they basically the same truck with the Tacoma just being a little bit smaller? Or is there enough design difference that you don't really see it? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.